Hi, I'm Dr. Robin Berzin, and I'm the founder of Parsley Health. This is our Parsley Health office here in New York City, and we're bringing you our functional medicine tip of the day. So our functional medicine tip today is about dairy. What is up with dairy? What's the problem with dairy? Is dairy bad? Is dairy good? You might be hearing a lot of mixed messages about dairy, so I'm here to tell you what is up with dairy. So dairy can be a problem for people for a number of reasons, okay? The first reason dairy can be a problem is that a lot of people are lactose intolerant. Lactose is a sugar in dairy, and as we get older, most people lose the ability to digest that sugar. So if dairy gives you kind of gas or bloating or constipation or other digestive issues, you might be lactose intolerant. Now, humans that didn't necessarily evolve needing to eat the milk of other animals, the breast milk of other animals. So it makes sense that a lot of people aren't necessarily well adapted to eating dairy. So even though it's incredibly prevalent everywhere and it's all in our food because it tastes good, that's an advent of modern industrial food practices. That's not really an advent of what's necessarily good for us. So something to be mindful of is that if you don't tolerate dairy, you might be lactose intolerant. Now, a second reason you might have a problem with dairy is that a lot of people are sensitive to casein or whey, and those are two of the proteins in all dairy. And these proteins are something that some people have allergies or sensitivities to, meaning that either gives them a reaction immediately, an allergy, or it gives them a reaction maybe a couple of days after they eat it. That's a sensitivity. So for me, if I eat dairy, I get acne. Like I can eat dairy one day and I don't have any big reaction that day. My belly feels okay. I don't get a rash or anything. But in a couple of days, all of a sudden I notice I'm having a flare of acne. So if dairy could be causing your acne, it could be causing your joint pain, your tummy troubles. Dairy can cause a really wide variety of problems if you're sensitive to the casein and the whey. Only way to figure it out, cut dairy out for at least 21 days, then reintroduce it and see what happens. And make sure that you reintroduce it and you keep some notes, like on your phone, write down what happens to you when you have that dairy. See how you feel a couple of days after you have the dairy, not just right away, because the reaction could be a little bit delayed. Now, the other problem with dairy, the third problem with dairy, is that a lot of it is super processed and super sugary. A lot of those yogurts you see on the shelves, they say they have great bacteria in them. They have a little bit of probiotics in them, but it's really not that much in the grand scheme of things, or it might not be the strain of probiotic that you need. And while you may be getting a few probiotics, which are a good thing, you're also getting all of this sugar and kind of processed fake fruit gunk that comes in dairy. So, for dairy, if you are somebody who knows that you don't have an allergy to dairy, you don't have a sensitivity to dairy, you're not lactose intolerant, if you're going to eat dairy, make sure that you eat an organic source of milk, whether it's the cheese or the yogurt. It's an organic source of that milk. It comes from animals that were happy and grass-fed, and that dairy is really unprocessed, so meaning it's turned into a cheese or it's turned into a yogurt in the simplest way possible. Dairy can be a good source of protein for some people. Now again, I don't eat dairy because it gives me acne, but you really have to sort out whether or not dairy is right for you, and you have to look at those three things. Again, are you lactose intolerant? Are you sensitive to casein or whey? And are you making sure you're not eating dairy that has a bunch of sugar and other chemicals in it? You want to stay away from those. That's our functional medicine tip of the day. Thanks so much. We're here from Parsley Health. If you want to learn more about Parsley Health, parsleyhealth.com. We'll see you soon. Bye.